Hey, have you heard the news from down the road? Them herdsmen's trying to found a cricket club. A cricket club! Here! They are away with the fairies. You know, they're all the same, them English ones. You know, coming over here, setting up their big mills, and that right fair enough. They gave a lot of us a few jobs and stuff, but I'll tell you, when my father moved us up from down the country to get work here, he said back then that it would never last. And I'll tell you, he's right. This cricket club, sure, it's nothing but an old dream, so it is. An old notion to make us think that we're all equal and we're all together. One community. Working together, playing together, living together. A load of nonsense. Codswallop. It'll last for a month, maybe a few months, a year at most. And then the grounds, they'll fall into disrepair. No one is going to sign up for the next season, and we'll be back to the same old misery. I'm telling you now. A cricket club. What are they thinking? Didn't I tell you? Sure, isn't the cricket club a grand success? I never doubted it for a moment. Herdsmen are the men to get the job done. I have said it now, and I will say it always. I have no problem whatsoever with the herdsmen. They are the boys. They are the boys. Sure, aren't we a right professional setup too? We've got our own outdoor professional pitch. There's even word of setting up an indoor pitch as well. I'll tell you, we'll be the bee's knees of that kind of carry-on. Are we going to the leagues next, boys? Some people doubted it, but sure, aren't some people never happy unless they're complaining about something? But not me. Oh no, I've always said it. This is a grand success, so it is. It'll take something fierce to rock the boat now, I'd say.
My dearest Sarah, I hope you and the children are well. It is cold here, as it always is. How is the weather there? It is summer, so I imagine the green of home field will be prepped, and cricket season will be well underway by now. Tell Thomas I hope he has been practicing his bowling, and will soon be as good as his father. They say we are to move again shortly. I cannot say where, only that there is to be a great push made this July. They are moving all battalions along the river, where the Germans wait for us on the other side. I pray this war will be over soon, and that I will be able to return to you, and to the children, and to my home of Sion Mills. Give my love to my mother, and to yours as well. Yours, James.
Hello there. You from where? Sorry, the papers. All right, right. I do. I work down in Herdsman's there. I do surely. I just having a wee drop of tea here in my break. You want to talk about what? Oh, the partition. Well, I've heard of it, aye, but sure. I don't really think it affects me too badly. There's a lot of ones aren't too pleased about it, mind ye, but Well, it doesn't really affect me. I have my job here, you see, and sure in the evenings then I play a spot of cricket with the rest of the fellas. Hey, our first match this season's against Coleraine. You can put that down in your article. I best be heading on here anyway. Herdsmen, they're fine, decent employers, but they're not paying me to be sitting out here blithering to the likes of you. Good luck to you and your article. I love cricket. No, that's an understatement, right? I breathe cricket. Cricket was our life. Cricket was our religion. Every day at school, it was the only thing that I could think about when I was growing up. And when I got home from school, I opened the door of the house and I threw my bag into the side and I shouted, "Ma, I'm away down to the home field to play cricket." She always shouted back, "Be you at home for 6 o'clock for your tea?" And I was. Every evening at 6 o'clock, sat down, me, Mummy and Daddy. But as soon as that last forkful was in my mouth, wasn't I up again, racing down to the home field to play more cricket. My ma shouting, "Be ye back for 9:30 for your bed?" And I was, because if I didn't, she'd never let me go again, and that was unthinkable. It's magic, cricket is. Like every game is just a new thrill, a new adventure. Me? Oh, I'm a bowler mostly. I'll tell you, I have got a wicked right arm. Not too many batsmen get their six when I'm about. I can get their wicket almost every time. When we were growing up, we used to practice out in the streets, and we used the tin lid to the toilet of everyone's outhouse. They made some clatter when the ball rammed up against them, and dear help you if the ball slipped in and you were the one that had to reach in to pull it out. Do you know, it was basic. It was simple. And it did us. That was until we got to herdsmen's. Now, herdsmen, they took cricket really seriously. I mean, they maintained the home field to a professional standard, and they even had an indoor cricket net down in our recreational hall. I mean, that was unheard of at the time, especially amongst, non-national groups. They knew that a community based around a sport, an ideal, was a community that worked well together. And because of that, I don't think any of us ever minded working in the mill. They even paid for a professional coach to come over and teach us how to play cricket. He was here for about 15 years and used to carry an old stick and was followed around by a wee terrier he called Penny. I was always terrified of what he might do with that stick if you weren't good enough, and, well, let's just say you didn't want him to set Penny on you either. When I was older and working on herdsmen as a fitter, all that playing out in the street against the side of the outhouses, well, paid off. See, I made the team, the senior team, and we took part in the Northwest Senior League. We won it 29 times throughout the years. We were good. The herdsmen, well, they weren't content for us just to play the local games. No. They sent us out into the world to play against different teams from different countries like Trinidad, Israel, even Barbados. We met all these wonderful, different people that embraced their culture. And that was all down to herdsmen and their love of cricket. And they looked after us too. You went off in your ship or whatever it was, and whenever you came back, herdsmen had your pay packet waiting for you so that your family didn't go hungry. I mean, that's an employer, isn't it? But even through all that, there's one event in particular sticks out in my mind. It's the year 1969. America are about to send a rocket up to the moon, the first ever moon mission, to put a man on it. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Well, here in Sion Mills, we had something a little closer to hand, and frankly, something a wee bit more important to be worried about. The West Indies team are to play the Irish team on our ground. Our ground, the home field. An international match of that scale. The excitement was just buzzing throughout the very air. Now, Basil Butcher was the West Indies captain, and they had played in Lords the days before, and well, they'd only managed to get a draw, so they were coming to Ireland hoping for a victory. Herdsmen gave 700 people the day off to watch the match, but far more were there. I mean, here in the 2,000 people. 2,000 people were in Sion Mills that day just to watch the match. It was euphoric. We lined the side of the home field, ready to cheer on the Irish, and we had no expectation of winning because, well, this was the West Indies after all. It had rained all night the night before. The pitch was soaked. Weather for the Irish, my dad used to say. The teams took to the field. Ozzy Colquhoun was on wicket for us, and well, I was 12th man, but I didn't mind if I get to play or not. I was just ecstatic to be there, to be part of the history. Basil Butcher's team came out. They looked annoyed, and we weren't really sure what they were thinking. And then it happened. Within an hour, they had been bowled out for 25 runs. It was the ground. They weren't used to wet ground, but we were. The Irish team were winning. Doug Goodwin, he took them out and scored another 19 for 1 wicket. We came out again after lunch, but by then it was all over. The Irish team had won. We scored another 7 runs. And I mind seeing Basil Butcher coming up to Goodwin, and he had a big smile on his face, and he says, "Good game, old chap, but what say we give them a show, eh?" The crowd were ecstatic that Ireland had won, and they didn't want it to be over. So we played a second innings, but Ireland had already won the day. The final score was 103 for the West Indies to 125 for Ireland. We had won. We'd beat them. It was a day that none of us would ever forget. I mean, Herdsman's even marked the occasion by giving everybody a commemorative tablecloth with the date of the match on it. A way of congratulating us for the victory. You know, many of us that were on that team, we went on to play for Ireland. Aubrey Finlay, Raymond Moan, Andy McFarland, Ozzy Colquhoun, and well, myself too. We travelled the world, visiting all the different countries and experiencing their different cultures, and that was all thanks to Herdsman's. If it weren't for Herdsman's and for their love of cricket and for their investment in the Sion Mills Cricket Club, it brought us all together. It was cricket helped make us who we are.